Zulma Gonzalez. So grateful that you're here. This mic is all yours.
Well, a thankful Thursday to you, family. 6 minutes ago, I was saying, I wonder, should I go on? Oh, wait, will I have time? What if maybe I can't. I don't know if I can do the whole hour. I am here. Welcome from, greetings from Ashburn, Virginia. I am with my friend Cynthia, who's not right here in front of me, but she's here, and her mother, Miss Joyce. We are at Cynthia's daughter's house. Daughter and in Ashburn. We decided to come here, stay the night, so that Miss Joyce could see her granddaughter and great granddaughter. I took a photograph. It was one, two, three, four generations in the one photo, which is phenomenal. Miss Joyce is 93 and mentally sharper than all of us put together. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Anyway, um, so for those who remember Al, Cynthia is Al's wife. Um, and she's my bestie, my sister. I say that they have an incestuous relationship because I say he's my brother, she's my sister, and and they're married to each other. Um, Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. Anyhow, um, I have nothing in front of me today. Cynthia said, "Speak from the heart," and I can hear Dove saying, "Just trust." And so it is. I could go downstairs and open up the computer. You know what? Maybe I will, but maybe I won't. We are here talking about A Course in Miracles, Meet Science of Mind, and other metaphysical teachings. I am reminded that every response I make is determined by what I think I am. Every response you make is determined by what you think you are. What do you think you are? And what you want to be must determine every response you make. In the moment you think that whatever you think you are, that's what you are in that moment. Because everything, purpose is meaning, and everything has its purpose in the moment. Everything is for our own best interest, whether we see it that way or not. Literally speaking from the heart this morning. Uh, we are reminded to recognize the spirit in everything we do, say, and think. Everything that we do, say, and think. And if we recognize the spirit in everything we do, say, and think, we can only see God, seeing the God in everything all the time, which is what is written that Jesus did. Any in the Bible, any physical healings that occurred, it were only because he never asked, "What's your problem? How did this happen? What? Tell me your background. What did your parents do?" In fact, it's written in one of the passages in the Bible that he was questioned one time. Well, what did his parents do that led to this man being born blind? And he says, his parents had nothing to do with this. Shut up. His parents had nothing to do with this. This is just to show what the power of God can do. And that power of God is flowing through us, and it's flowing as us. It's with us. It's for us. It is us. It's written that there's no place, there is nowhere that we can go where God is not, no spot where God is not. It's written that it's the breath, it's the very breath we breathe. God is the very breath that we breathe. I was having this conversation, well, yeah, this conversation with a young woman who um, is a fundamental Christian. Recently, she called me because her mother, well, she had asked me, she sent me a text message asking for prayer. Um, I love that people recognize that affirmative prayer is true prayer, because in affirmative prayer, we're not asking for anything. We're not asking for, how is it possible to ask for what we already have? We have everything. We are everything. So how is it possible to ask? We're just affirming the truth, affirming the truth, affirming the truth that we are what God is. I'm sitting here, my view, if I can, let me see if I can turn this around. Can I? Um, I can turn this around so you can see what I'm seeing. Um, this is my view at the moment. uh, but that we are what God is, and God is what we are, and if when we and I don't have to ask for anything outside of me because there is nothing outside of me. I'm it. I'm it. And it's not arrogant to say that I'm it. It would be arrogant to say that I'm not, because to say that I'm not is to say that I'm separate from it. And that's not possible. Again, the very breath I breathe is God. And I'm speaking I first person. Feel free to I that for yourself. Um, and reminds us that affirmative prayer. Let me go back. I had to hit the chat button because I'm doing this from my phone today. That affirmative prayer is what any one of the 22 lessons from 181 to 200, the reviews of those, is what the course is all about. It's the truth, and it's the course. It has to be affirmative. It can't be any other way. It really can't be. I mean, if it's good morning, how are you? I'm on video. I'm going back downstairs. Um, um, yeah, there's no way that I can ask. It doesn't even make sense that if okay, for example, I have a teacup in my hand right now. I don't need to ask for a cup of tea. I have tea. I have a teacup in my hand, so why would I ask for what I already have? The course teaches that why do we don't need to learn what we already know, and it's the same thing. And the fact is that we already know it. The fact that we don't want to accept it, that we've been taught differently. The course reminds us resign as your own teacher because you taught yourself wrongly. We taught ourselves. I taught myself that being in pain is the thing. I taught myself that I'm a victim. I taught myself that I'm lacking, that something is missing because of this thing that has occurred in my life or that situation that's occurred in my life. Experiences are for learning. They're just for our learning. All things being the lessons that God would have us learn. That's what it's all about. Ah, and I will exhale. I came in as Karen was talking about that when I am healed, the world is healed. And I heard this the other day as well, or read it, and I sat and pondered with that for a minute. When I'm healed, the world is healed. And then it dawned on me, I am the world. Wait a minute. It's healed because I see it the way it's the way I see it. If I see the world, the people, the situations, the events, the all of it, exclude nothing. If I see any of it as being wrong or bad or wicked or crazy or stupid or uh, any of that, any of that, and it's just me. It's the way I'm seeing it. I'm doing this. And as long as I see it that way, I'm going to hurt. I'm going to feel I am attacking myself. I was reviewing again workbook lesson 23, which, I don't remember the titles of lessons of some of the lessons. I remember a lot of the content in it. But it's the 23 is saying I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. Oh, and for those who are listening out there, wherever that is, Katia and company, I'm talking anything when I just start speaking randomly, unless I specify that it's a different author. I'm coming from A Course in Miracles. I'm quoting from A Course in Miracles. Um, and let me see who's here that I can say hello to while I am here. Good morning, Rick and Deb and Karen and Dove and Lynn and Sally and Sharon. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, I decided I'm on my phone, so I just had to flip to see that I wasn't the only person here. And I see my Karen's hand up. Hey, Karen, go ahead.
Hey, my Zulma, where are you?
I
Where are
am
you?
in I am in Ashburn, Virginia. I
Oh,
am in I am in the most gorgeous movie room. They have us that the house. It's a mansion. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'll turn the camera around later, but go ahead.
wow. You are a traveling girl, you are. So, yeah,
Cynthia asked me to escort her to take her mom home, and I'm like, oh, road trip. We've done this before, and I love it. So
I love it. Oh, and I love what you shared, and I agree. I am the world. The world is my perception. That is why when I'm healed, the world is healed because my perception is healed. The world is an outside picture of an inward condition. That's everything. So yes, on the same page. So what came to me when you and Dove always shares nothing outside of you. There's nothing outside of you. That is what you must ultimately learn. And that is why we must ultimately forgive our brother for what he has not done, because our brother is, there's nothing outside of us. Our brother is also our perception. Our brother is also the outside picture of the inward condition. And so I put together two things. Dove says, John Monday says ultimately means now. And Ken Wapnick says, I mean, it's all the same, but he says it ultimately means important. It's important. So it is ultimately important. It is important now. It is important now to forgive your brother for what he has not done. It is important now to recognize that there is nothing outside of you. It is important now. So I just love it and thank you.
Thank you. And the reason for that, and as you're saying, everything is outside of me. It's not about the thing that happened. I mean, I can't say that stuff hasn't happened. We know stuff happens. It happens. The problem isn't that the thing happened. The problem is that I'm holding on to it and I'm blaming you for what I am holding on to. Whatever, 5, 10, that, not being allowed to. Here's a story I made up. When I was 5, grandma was going to church one day. She was going to church one Sunday, and I wanted to go. I mean, I was strongly wanted to go. I was pulling that only child thing. I want to go. I want to go. And mommy said no. So, maybe I was feeling something. I don't know. And that Sunday, coming from church, my grandmother, some young fella tried to take her handbag. He couldn't get it. He pushed her, broke her hip and pelvic bone. She was left paralyzed the rest of her life. Blah 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 blah. And many of you have heard my poem Abuela, so you know the insides of that story. But in my story, the reason why it happened was because mom didn't, because mommy, I had made mommy my idol, mommy, because mommy didn't let me go. And therefore that happened. Oh, and I carried that from the age of 5 well into my 30s when I finally started studying the course. Um, and used it as a reason, a brick for the wall that I was building against my mother, the hate wall that I was building because mommy didn't this and mommy she that, and the story that we make up. It's not that mommy didn't let me go because she knew that that this situation was going to happen to my grandmother. I got to spend a lot of wonderful time with my grandmother for the next 20 years of her life because of that, because I became her caregiver. Some of the best times I can remember were just sitting on her bed, in her bed. I'd lay next to her. Some of the most wonderful times, and it would be abuela, and she'd say, "Mi nieta." I can still hear her bringing tears right now, grateful tears that I would not have had the privilege of having had she been mobile. I've never said this out loud before, what I'm saying right now. The fact that it brought a beautiful feeling to me. I can hear her saying mi nieta, which means my grandchild, my granddaughter. Um, but I had a story aside from this wonderfulness that I'm experiencing right now. I had a story that because of mom, had mom not this and mom not that, uh, everything that I was thinking and feeling, the pain, the attack that I was giving to myself had nothing to do with mom. The situation occurred, and it happened, but it didn't happen because with the story that I made up. And that's what I have to continue to look at always, the stories that I'm telling myself, and asking myself, stop. My favorite 5 words: stop, 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 stop. Wait, wait, wait. We got to wait in there now. Wait, 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 wait. What I'm hurting. I am hurting. I am. What am I thinking? I'm hurting. What am I thinking? Because what I'm feeling is coming from what I'm thinking. It has nothing to do with anything out there. And if for me to blame you for what I'm thinking, oh yeah, because Rick said that I just get on here and I just talk too much, and Rick said or Dove said that I just sit here and quote the course, and all of a sudden she's she's talking only about bringing up this Ernest Holmes thing and this science. What? I'm making up a story as I go along. I've never Rick and I have never had a conversation, and I'm sure we will one day. But I'm sitting here. Oh, because of the way he's look, he must not really be. We do this and we're judging ourselves and we're thinking that it's someone else judging us. I'm looking out there. There is no out there. It's just the way I'm seeing it from in here. It's always me from in here. And so when I'm healed, everything is healed. When it's when I'm talking about the sunglasses, if I have on my blue tinted glasses, everything is blue. And then I want to sit here and say, oh my God, why is everything so blue? Uh, I want it to be yellow. Well, then, dog, want to take off the blue glasses and put on the yellow ones. It's that simple. I am responsible for what I see. Huh. Exhale some more. Exhale some more. So I'm paging, skimming through a book titled Mastery of Self by Christian D. Larson. Christian D. Larson was a forerunner, actually, of Ernest Holmes in the sense that after Ernest Holmes, who was the founder of religious science, aka science of mind, um, uh, Ernest Holmes used to he earned his license under divine science, but he also studied some Christian science, which was Mary Baker Eddy's work, and he studied Thomas Troward, who he loved, Judge Thomas Troward. He absolutely adored Emerson. It reads that it says that they say that Emerson. Reading Emerson was like drinking water to him. And anyway, so Ernest Holmes, he gathered from various sources to put together this study called religious science, aka science of mind. It's way back since 1927. And when and I am a licensed practitioner. I'm only talking to the people that didn't know. I guess I'm talking to you, Rick, because yours is the only face I don't recognize that happens been here. Maybe Sally. Anyway, and I've been licensed as a religious science practitioner since 2017, and proudly. Um, and I love being able to open this book and see that, this over here, because truth is true across the board. So anyway, Ernest Holmes since 1927. Where we're going? Oh, Christian D. Larson. I have ADHD kicking in, so bear with me. And I've had some tea, which has some caffeine in it. So here we go. Um, um, Christian D. Larson, Ernest Holmes started reading Christian D. Larson's work and back in 1909, and started shifting a lot of his teachings, his method of teaching in that direction. So Ernest Holmes's teaching is primarily about affirmative living, affirmative being, affirmative thinking, and it's in part where that whole term of affirmative prayer came from, that 5-step prayer, recognizing that God is first, recognition, that I am one with God, unification, realization that everything that this is real, that my life is what it is because of the choices that I have made, because of who I think I am, but that it is in this oneness that I recognize that I am not only one with you and you and you, but I'm one with the walls in this room, this movie theater, that Ashburn, Virginia, that I am one with all of it, that it is only one. And in that realization, and I say that making it real, that realization, then there's gratitude. Gratitude for the awareness, gratitude for the consciousness, gratitude for the ability to know and to be able to stop, stop when my thoughts are going crazy. And in that gratitude, then I can just let go. Just let go, as they say, let go and let God. Just let go, releasing my word, just releasing my word, releasing the thought, releasing the feeling, releasing the belief that I have to control anything. Because I can't. I can't. Releasing it and letting it and let it be. So it is this whole affirmative. It's just the whole idea, the concept, the truth of living affirmatively. A tree never stops growing until it's physically, until it's served its purpose physically, and then it ceases to do so. Everything just continues. Life continues to evolve and evolve and evolve, and the more involved, and the more life evolves, the more I choose to be involved with it. And by involving myself, I continue to grow and learn and be able to laugh and to have happy tears about the fact that my grandmother laid in the bed for the last 20 years of her life. Um, so Christian Larson's work is about the whole progress of things, progressing. And one of his books, now back to that, the first of his books that Ernest Holmes read, the first one was called The Ideal Made Real. You can PDF it. It's you can find it online. You may be able to find it even as an audio on YouTube. But anyway, so it started changing Ernest Holmes's way of thinking. And one of his books, the first one that I came across that I liked, is called Mastery of Self. I said all of that to say, I said all of that to say, the fact is that I cannot control myself. Self, capital S, is. It's not controllable. It simply is. It simply is. I do have to, as the Course reminds us, guard my thoughts. I do have to recognize the truth of what God is. Now, Christian Larson isn't, he doesn't seem to talk in a religious way. And I'm saying that in terms of the word God. He he said, he wrote, uh, he who tries to control himself or who tries to control anything that exists outside of himself gives everything in his being the tendency to work toward the surface, which the Course says outward conditions. I the course the course in lesson 23 says there's no point in trying to change the world because it's only an effect. Um, he says, he wrote this way, the power that produces the mastery of self, however, can only be gained by training the mind to move in the opposite direction. How does the Course teach? I want to see this differently. I want to see this differently. The way I'm seeing it is causing me pain. It's not the thing itself that's causing me pain. It's never that person who is getting on my nerves. So the course talks it talks in level one and level two. It all the time. It's and I have to, and I say I remember, feel free to take this I on for yourself. I have to be conscious of whether it's talking in level one or in level two. Because even though the Course continually says that I have to forgive my brother, that's what it says. That's a level two statement. That means, because if I have to forgive you, that means that you did something that I have to forgive. No. In level one, I have to, because it goes on to say, when it says I have to forgive you for what you didn't do, that to me, to Zulma, makes no sense. You slap me. I'll be doggone if I'm going to say, oh, no, he didn't slap me. Oh, yes, he did slap me. Yes, he did that. The problem becomes if I keep slapping myself and slapping. I knew you were going to raise your hand, Karen. I knew you were. Give me a minute. The problem is I keep slapping myself and slapping myself and slapping myself. That's what never happened. Anything that happened after the situation, the incident itself, because now I'm at this point in level one. Rather level two. I am blaming you, and level two is the level of form. By the way, level two, the level of form, level one, the level of content, level one, the level of spirit, level one, the truth. Level two is the stuff, there's all this stuff I'm making up, all this temporary stuff, all this stuff that can be threatened. But I'm thinking that I have to forgive you for what you did. No, I have to realize that I have to forgive myself for thinking you weren't supposed to do that. You should not have. We're shooting on you. I have to forgive myself. It's always myself I'm forgiving, and it just happens that your name is attached to it. I have to forgive myself because Mickey, hi Mickey. I have to forgive myself for thinking that Mickey should not have slapped me. I have to forgive myself for thinking that I am this body and that Mickey is that body that slapped me in the first place, and that I have to keep on holding on to that and hurting myself with it, thinking of how I can mentally kill Mickey. That's what I have to forgive myself for. I have to forgive myself for forgetting that I am not this body to begin with, and nor is Mickey. Regardless of what the situation was in the moment that she slapped me, I have to, all this is what I have to forgive. It's an inside job. It's an inside job. All right, Karen, I said enough. Go ahead.
Yes, my darling. Yes. Yes, it is an inside job. I love what you just shared. And in addition to that, what when the course talks about, forgive your brother for what he has not done, he's talking about, the level of the mind. So I'm forgiving my brother for what he has not done because I am upset because I think my brother hit me, and whatever he did to me, yes, he hit me. Yes, you're right. That it's a fact that he did what he did, but it's my choice to get upset. I cannot blame my brother for my upset. My upset is my decision. It is a decision. And that's one thing he explains in the manual for teachers. You can't get angry at a fact. The fact is, my brother hit me, but it's my interpretation that upsets me. It's my interpretation of what my brother did, and I'm allowing it to affect me. So I'm allowing it. You destroyed my peace. Because of you, I am not peaceful anymore. Because of you. Okay. So I just love that because I can never blame my brother for what he has not done. He cannot touch my peace. The peace of God is always there. And that is something that is our, and we share about that a lot, Zulma. We carry it with us. We take the quiet with us wherever we go. So if I'm allowing something outside of myself to destroy my peace, that is the level of the mind that we're talking about, not the physical thing, like you said. Thanks.
That's key. That's key. What my brother did not do was mess with my peace of mind. What my brother did not do was hurt me. What my brother did not do was attack me. And the me that I'm talking about has a capital M attached to it. I think it's somewhere in chapter 24. I don't have a copy of my book with me. Um, in chapter 24 or somewhere, it says, maybe I'll turn my computer on. And it's not you. Um, it is not you who's who gets thrown off by whatever happens. That's not what you are. Because truth is not fragile. I'm going to find that. I have a tablet, I have a computer that's not on, a tablet that's not in front of me, ready. Um, it's not you. And if anybody goes on if you're looking at the courses, um, I mean, rather the foundations, ACIM, and would type in quotation marks, "It is not you." It'll come up, and somebody can help me with that. But I believe it's in chapter 24. In the book, it's on the left side page and toward the top of the page. I can see it. The word "you" is in italics. I think it should be capitalized, but that's just me with my grammar thinking. Um, but it's not you. It's not you. It's not you. It's not me. It is not the real me. It is not the truth of what I am. And it's only when I'm forgetting the truth of what I am that all that other stuff comes to be. Back to what I said initially, every response you make is determined by what you think you are. What do you think you are? If you can remember, you are spirit. The habit of engaging with God is easy if you actively, actively refuse to let your mind slip away. Lynn is screamed. Thank you, Lynn. Um, Thank you. It is not you who are so. This is in chapter 24. section 3. It is not you who are so vulnerable and open to attack that just a word, a little whisper that you do not like, a circumstance that doesn't suit you, or an event that you did not anticipate upsets your world and hurls it into chaos. It's not you. And that word you is in italics. I'm still thinking it should be a capital Y. It is not spirit. It is not the truth of what you are. It is not your God self that's so vulnerable. Truth is not frail. Illusions leave it perfectly unmoved and undisturbed. But specialness, and you're not special, is not the truth in you. You're not special. Nothing has happened to you. No situation has occurred with you, in you, that has never occurred before. We're not talking about that. Spirit itself is one. The Lord our God is one. It's one. Not that it's like, well, I'll keep reading that. Specialness is not the truth in you. Specialness can be thrown off balance by anything. What rests on nothing never can be stable. However large and overblown it seems to be, it still must rock and turn and whirl about with every breeze. I need the next sentence, just the next sentence. Lynn, without foundation, nothing is secure. I'll stop right there. Without foundation, nothing is secure. God is my foundation. Life, God is life. Life is my foundation. I'm finished with that, Lynn. Thank you. Life is my foundation. God is my foundation. And as long as I remember that I am life, I mean, look at that. Look at that the hugeness of that sentence alone. I am life. You are life. What can mess with that? I almost want to use a profane. I almost want to use a profane word there, and that's not what I generally do. Who can f with that? Life. I'm it. I am it. Ernest Holmes, right, to the degree that we grasp at it, we are it, because we are it. We forget. We forget. The sleep of forgetfulness is the unwillingness to remember. The unwillingness to remember. I would rather be the victim than, and oh my God, all this stuff that's happening. Oh, did you see the news last night? Oh my God, you see what skin tone I am? Oh my God. Oh, because I'm only 5 feet tall. Oh my God. Because I can come with any reason in the world. I can make up all the reasons and excuses for anything and everything. But the truth is that it is what it is because I have participated in that situation, in that event, in that day, in that moment, and made it what it is or what I perceive it to be. It's not the real me. It's not the truth of what I am that's fragile. It's not. And Mickey had posted earlier. She said she couldn't even imagine slapping me. Well, Mickey, I can't really imagine. Well, I can't imagine it either. Not with a positive, not with a positive outcome where we sit and hug and kumbaya after that. At least not for a little bit, because we're going to act like physical humans. We're gonna throw some words out there. We're gonna, the who do you think you are? And what we're not going to say, if we had a situation like that, who do you think you are slapping me? The response is not going to be, oh well, I'm spirit, and so are you. That's not going to happen. We can't do that make pretend thing where we're so uh, we're so remembering all the time. We're so guarding our thoughts all the time that we are so remembering that we are the peace of God, that we are so, I cannot be attacked by anything. Only my thoughts can injure me. We're not in that moment all the time. We get into our feelings. And we don't realize that what we feel comes from what we think. Now, I've read that as being opposite. I'm not sure which, but I think the thought comes first. But because if in the beginning was the word, that's the way it's written. But I don't know who wrote that. I know who we told wrote that, but I don't know who wrote that. Well, actually, if I may, in the beginning was the word. That's how the gospel according to John begins. But if you look at the end of the gospel according to John, and I think that's a great introduction. A great introduction. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Blah 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 blah. At the end of the Gospel of John, I think it's like the 20-something chapter. At the end, almost at the end, it says, "This is the disciple who wrote these things down, and we know that his testimony is true." And I said, "Wait a minute, who's we? Who's the we? Who are the writers that wrote in the beginning was the word?" I think it's a great introduction. Good writing starts with good introductions. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. That's what we're taught. And then those words are moved. We're leaving? We're getting ready to. We need to eat. We're getting ready? Huh? Okay, I'm coming up to eat. I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat and keep on doing what I'm doing at the same time. We're moving about up the steps, yes. Um, Uh, so yeah, but we're taught that in the beginning was the word. So if that's the case, then we're talking about thought. So the thought always comes before the feeling. At least that's the way I see it, and I believe it. Good morning. Um, uh, that's the way I see it. Uh, thank you. Um, so if the thought comes first, if the thought always comes first, then what I'm feeling is as a result of what I'm thinking. It has nothing to do with anything outside of me. I don't know if that's where I was going. I lost my train of thought. I don't know if that's but the thought has to come first. So what I do comes from what I feel, and what I feel comes from what I think. They call that cognitive behavior. That's that whole cognitive behavior wheel: thought, feeling, behavior. Thought, feeling, behavior. My thought, my feeling, my behavior. What does it have to do with Mickey slapping me? What's it have to do with anything? I'm doing this to myself. I'm always doing this to myself. I'm life. That's a heck of a thing to take on. Take it on. I am life. You are life. Karen, was your hand up? Hand up? No, it wasn't. Hi, Sharonda. Good to see you. And Deb and Gloria and hey, my love. Linda, Joy.
I was
Good to
going
see
to
you.
say, but Lynn found it in 24. Chapter 24. I found it, but then Lynn found it, so I put my hand down.
Oh, okay. Okay. Um, but yeah, and I'm gonna enjoy breakfast while I'm talking to you. Because I'm not gonna be the reason we leave out of here late. I'm trying to stay on as long as I can. Um, but yeah, so let the truth be true. Um, you are life. Life. That's a big thing to take on. And what can I say on life? When things change, things go through their changes, and because nothing survives its purpose. And we're talking about the tangible things. Nothing survives its purpose, but and I get to choose in every moment. Decisions are continuous. I'm always deciding. I'm always deciding. There's a book by Robert, no, what's his name? Raymond Charles Barker, The Power of Decision. Great book. Um, as old as the hills. But the power of decision, the fact that I have the power to make my life what I want it to be, what I believe it should be. Every response I make is determined by what I think I am. Now, if I think I am this body, limited by all those dumb things I said earlier, I think I am this body, limited by all those things, then everything I do is going to be with limitation in mind, thinking I'm lacking something, I'm missing something, I don't have this, I should have that. Why did it happen to me this way? Hmm. I am what God is. See, and saying it that way doesn't sound like I'm saying I am God. But how can I not be God? If God is all there is, then everything, the table, the eggs I'm eating, the fork I'm eating it with, it's all God. It's all God. And where is there room for judgment then? Where is there room for judgment? What? Is there more God, less God? There's no hierarchy of things. There's nothing bigger or smaller in God. It just is. It simply is. And if I can remind myself that everything simply is, what? All I can do is smile about it. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm that. I'm part of that. Oh, yeah. Look at that tree. Look at that beautiful tree. I am that tree. Oh, look at the gorgeous sky. Look at the people that are around me right now. The home that I'm in. It's all God. There's nothing in that moment. There's nothing that can disturb my peace. The peace that I am, by the way. I'm that too. It's not me finding my peace. It's not me because we keep thinking that something is. We say it. It's written about disturbing my peace. We think that our peace can be disturbed. Can it really? If I think it can. But if I look at what it really is, it's just not possible. Hmm. And I hope you all don't mind me eating while I'm talking, because I can't do both. I can't stay here and not eat. I can't eat and not, you know what I mean, what I'm saying. Um, so in every moment we get to decide, what do I want? Who do I think I am? What do I believe? And this home says, truth known is truth demonstrated. Hmm. We say when we know better, we do better. That's not always true. Sharonda shook her head right along with me. Mm-mm. We say that. Oh yeah. What we say is, oh, I know that I shouldn't, and then we go on and we anyway. When we really accept that, when we really accept that, then we start acting in that way. And the course then reminds us that once you get a real taste of that thing. Once that thing starts to really taste good, you want more of it. You just want more of it, and you want more of it, and you keep practicing till it gets to the point where you say, "Oh, now I know that I know." I don't even think about it. It's just becomes second nature. Becomes second nature. Each and every time the driver on the street cuts me off or what have you, I always, my first thought is always, they have to pee really badly. And I laugh each and every time. So for me, the idea of road rage, I don't get it. I don't get it. Not with all these people having to pee so badly, because I know how I feel when I have to pee. I want to cut people off too. Go ahead, Karen.
Whatever you're eating, it looks so delicious. So enjoy it for a minute while I share. I actually wanted to give you a minute to eat. Looks so good. I love that you always share. I think it's from chapter 7, section 7, your favorite section. Every response you make is determined by what you think you are, and what you want to be is what you think you are. So this reminds me of what we're talking about earlier with peace. So to have peace,
Mhm.
teach peace, to learn it. So demonstrating peace regardless of what my brother does, that's the end all be all, that I can be at peace no matter what. And that is what I've been noticing for myself lately, because the physical form, the physical body, and we all know when you're sick or when you're going through something, it is not easy sometimes to be at peace. So this is my forgiveness opportunity to be at peace regardless of what this body seems to be going through. And this is also an idea that is throughout the course, and I love it in the manual for teachers in the introduction. He talks about it in the role of teaching and learning. He talks about that, the course emphasizes that to teach is to learn, so that
Mhm.
teacher and learner are the same. To teach is to demonstrate. There are only two thought systems, and you demonstrate that you believe one or the other is true all the time. So I am demonstrating which thought system I'm believing in right now. I'm believing in the Holy Spirit thought system because I'm thinking only loving thoughts. I'm joining with my sister who I want to eat a little bit, let her have a couple bites, and I'm going to share with her in peace, joining with her thoughts that we are the same, that we have the same ideas, and also that you helped me a lot when you shared that about, you shared that the first time I ever heard you share that about someone having to pee when they were, driving like a maniac was when we did that Ken Wapnick class, 50 Miracle Principles ages ago. I never forgot it, and it stays with me. So I use it all the time. So I love you, sister.
That is funny. I want to give a shout out. I'm going to surprise her right now. I want to give a shout out to Malika Simmons, who invented, I'm going to use the word invented, something called momentology. Momentology. And basically, what Malika teaches, that's Malaika, Simmons with two M's. Malika Simmons, what she teaches is what we study. It's about first, it's about now because it's always now. It's about being in the present. It's about living in the moment because the truth is we really can't live any other moment except this one. I can only breathe in this moment right now. My breath, my one breath is right now, not yesterday's breath, not last week's breath. I'm gonna walk away because I'm talking and they're busy. But I needed Malika to hear that. I just gave her a shout out. She's right here. That's who's. I said I'm an Ash. This is. Wait a minute, family. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's Malika.
Hello.
um, and Malika Simmons, look her up because impressive, very impressive. And that's Cynthia's daughter and Miss Joyce's granddaughter and all that. Where do I put this? Thank you. I'm going back downstairs. Okay, all right, my stuff is together. Okay. Um, but yeah, momentology. It's in the moment. It's now. There's only now. Now is the only aspect of time that has meaning. Now has no meaning to the ego. That's no, in chapter 13, section 4, the function of time. One of my other favorite sections. In the first sentence of paragraph 5, now has no meaning to the ego. Now, you notice that's the first time I've used the word ego. And if you notice, very, very, very seldom do I use the word ego. Very seldom. Why? Because the Course teaches that giving it my allegiance makes it real. I give no allegiance to it. I have to look at what's true, looking at what's true, looking at what's true. What do I want? Do I want peace? Okay, think peace. You want love? Think love. You want joy? Think joy. Live it, do it, be it, recognize that you are it. I am it. I am it, regardless of whether somebody's cutting me off, regardless of whatever, regardless of whatever's going on out there, regardless of what somebody says something that I don't like, just because they said something I don't like doesn't mean that I have to go into a thing about it. Oh, how dare they say that? Oh, don't they realize who they're talking to? Oh, they're not supposed. Get over yourself. Get over your physical self. Get over the belief that you are supposed to be treated like unlike anyone else. And Dr. Winston Collins said to me, give to yourself what you're waiting to receive. Impersonalized error. Oh yeah, Gloria, I like that. Impersonalized error. That's right. People make mistakes and it's not personal. It's not personal. It has nothing to do. It just is. You just happen to be at that location at the time. It just is. It simply is. Life is. God is. You don't have to add anything to that sentence. Your brother, your sister, they are. He is. She is. I'm not talking about how they're behaving. How are you behaving? Because if you're judging their behavior, you're being the judge and you're causing yourself pain. We're right back to that self-attack. All attack is attack on spirit. All attack is the belief that I am this body. All attack, all of it, all of it, all of it. The belief that I am this body. Fussing with myself. I spent 3 hours in urgent care on, what day was that? Saturday. I spent 3 hours in urgent care and then 8 hours in the emergency room because I felt I had not numbness. Nope, I did not have numbness. My arm had felt weak a week prior. I was having this haziness. I had a pain in in the side of my neck, then the other side of my neck. Then I had to have injections, steroid injections, and blood pressure was sky high. All kind of stuff was going on. And my baby girl went with me to the hospital. She went with me to urgent care. She went with me to the hospital. And I was laughing all the way. When they asked me, "How you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm wonderful. How are you?" Then at first they look at me, they turn their head like, I'm in triage. So tell me what's going on. And before I did that, I said, "And how are you?" Because I wanted to get that well and wonderful out. I needed to remind myself that no matter what's going on with this body, I am well and wonderful. I am God in form. I am life. Life. Oh my God. Walk around with that affirmation today. I am life. I mean, don't go around saying Zulma is life. No, no. Speak for yourself. I am life. No matter what's happening. No matter what's happening, that's all coming to pass. That comes and goes. That comes and goes. But life is eternal. Life is constant. Life is consistent. Oh, life is certain. That's God. And it can only be what you want it to be. I am having a wonderful time. If you remember at the beginning, for those who know, Dove, Lynn, I know you know, I said that I am hanging out with my friend Cynthia, who is Al's wife. You remember Al? I'm sure you do. Um, and we're having a great time with best of friends, best of friends. Life is amazing. It's amazing. And as you heard me say last week, I love my life. I love my life. I love the awareness that I am one with all of it, that it is all one with me, that it's just all one, that there is no that and this. It's just me looking at it, how I'm choosing to see it. And I'm grateful that I'm given the gift, that I'm given the honor to see it lovingly, to see it with laughter, to see it with joy, to see it for how I can enhance it, affirm it. I'm grateful that that's a gift that I have chosen to take on. Oh, mama. Oh. That's pretty much all I got. They're asking me to pack up and get ready to get out of here. So if you see me still moving around, it's because that's what I'm doing. Backing up and talking at the same time. I've been multitasking, family. I've been from Ashburn, Virginia. You've met Malika Simmons. Remember, Malaika, Malika Simmons with two M's. Momentology. Look her up. And with that, I think I'm going to I keep talking. I can keep talking. Let me find uh, Love it, Dove is funny. He says, please don't leave. I'm called to share in the next hour. Well, I will still be online. I'll still be here. We'll be driving along and I'll be around. I'll be around. I'm always attuned because I'm always one with what you are and always one with you. And I'm loving that. Um, but my brain is not handling what I'm doing right now. I'm not trying to do both things at
Hey,
once. That's
Zuma,
not.
is it okay for me
Yeah.
to jump in?
Oh, please jump in. Please
Okay.
jump in.
Okay. You are helping me. Good morning, everybody. You are helping me so much because during this time of listening with you, I feel like I'm letting go of so many things, of thinking I have to understand correctly the best way to say any of this. And right now I'm like, screw it. It doesn't matter. And it matters, it doesn't matter. It's like, I want to not be so concerned about I've got the best way of saying something. And here's what I mean. Science of mind was so important to me. 1995 to over 10, 15 years maybe. And it opened me up to so many things. And I don't think and talk in terms of science. It doesn't matter, but that's not my language so much anymore. It's more course and other things today. But here's what I want to say. When I was in Science of Mind, Reverend Jack would be up there. I'm feeling this already. And Jack would say, he'd walk around and he'd say, "Oh God, you are so beautiful as the sky. God, you are so beautiful as that dog. God, you are so beautiful as that tree. You're so beautiful as that mailbox." And he would be filled with love and emotion. And then when I got further in my awarenesses, so to speak, I thought, well, how do I say that? Is this, because I was into this confusion about what's real, what's not real. Is the physical world real or not? Because, well, God is in everything I see, but is God in that mailbox really? So I'm in all that sorting out, and I step away from, God, you're so beautiful as my friend. You're so beautiful as this pen. And I want to be back in the intention or the beauty of those kinds of things. My Course in Miracles teacher for 20 years would say, Father. She would pray in class and she'd say, Father. And I loved that. And I didn't have that relationship with God. And when I say, oh, Father, it sounds like I'm talking or addressing God outside of me. And so how do I do this? But here's what I want to say. Today, I say Father, and I'm filled with love when I talk to God or think of God as Father. Now, is that the best way to think of God? Am I talking as if God's outside of me? Forget it, Sharonda. What's coming through in the moment, let me be with it in the beauty, in the love that is behind it. And it's like paragraph 7 in 189. It's like, let all these shoulds and have tos and all these definitions go and be in the moment and express all of this as it's coming through, which could help me express me as I am in this moment without judgment and without fear. Without fear, someone's going to say, oh, she could say that much better, which is what I do with everybody. Oh, I could say that better. That's not really it. Oh my God, can I just give it up and choose love? So thank you so much. And was it this meeting or another one? There's so many of us who it seems like have come from 12-step programs. And then I go into my heart and my gratitude for walking into the door of 12-step programs in 1980. What a beautiful, for me, starting foundation compared to what I learned in Lutheran Church, which was, I don't mean to be rude, but it was nothing meaningful. Thank you so much. It's a joy to be with you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No matter how it comes out, no matter how we say it, no matter how we do it, it's all right. It's all right. It's all for my learning, whether it be Father, whether it be life, whether it be God, whether it be truth, whether it be energy. Einstein, that's a big one for me because I get to share that with the people who don't like the word God at all or don't believe in God at all. Well, do you believe in energy? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all right. Affirm. It's the key today is for me to keep affirming myself and affirming myself and affirming life because when I'm affirming myself, I'm affirming life. I am life. When I'm affirming myself, I'm affirming life. So as within, so without. That's what it comes down to. And I'm grateful, grateful, grateful for it. Karen, go ahead.
All right. I just want to say, your time is up, Zulma. I mean, I don't mean to be rude here or anything, but I'm wondering if Karen, because she's going to be on next, would want to take the first part of her time to uh, share what she wants to share. I did want to mention our friend Mike Courier was a Lutheran minister apparently for many years. It's interesting. I'm sure he has some perspective on that. He's not here right now. But thank you so much, Zelma. I honestly appreciate you doing this while you're getting ready to go on a trip and eating breakfast and everything, because
Thank you,
your
family. I'm
willingness
finished.
is.
I love it. I love this. This is an important place for me. This is home. Thank you, family. But I'm still listening.
All right. Thank you, Selma. I'm going to go ahead and close out the YouTube. And if you're watching on the YouTube, make sure that you click the like and